late 1800s, a little boy was born called Percival. He grew up to be a scientist, and he was a lecturer at the University of Central London. He was doing various different experiments in the mid-1920s through to when he died, basically. But in 1931, he had a gentleman walk into his office and say that he could do extraordinary things. That gentleman was named Thomas Malloy. Now, until this point, Dr. Percival Nevin was kind of fumbling around on his experiments. He wasn't getting many readings, and he was kind of losing hope. But in 1931, on the 26th of July, when Thomas Malloy walked through his door, something incredible happened. And this is what elevated Dr. Percival Nevin's career higher than he ever imagined that it could have. Because Thomas Malloy had some incredible talents that were basically unexplainable by science. So existential perception, or parapsychology as it was known back in the day, was made mainstream by this gentleman. And he did some incredible things. Now, Dr. Percival Nevin gave Thomas these cards, these pictures. You can see they're all just pictures of random objects that were around in the 1930s. And he told him to prove, using these pictures, what Thomas believed that he could actually do. So what Thomas would do is he would look at Dr. Nevin, and he would fan out the cards, and he would tell Dr. Nevin to take a card whenever he wished. Take a look at the card, memorize the picture on the card. Mm-hmm. Are you happy with that?
Yeah.
Then Thomas would seemingly, by telepathy, read Dr. Nevin to find out what that card was. He would ask a series of questions to help him along his way. And he would say some things along the lines of, is that a living thing or an object? He didn't want Dr. Nevin to answer. Just stay quiet. Try not to nod. Try not to smile. You look like a nodder to me, so try not to nod. But he could tell just by asking him the question, it wasn't a living thing. But it may have been a natural thing. It was a natural thing, which means it probably wasn't made from metal. It was probably made from something like wood. And it was an object that you could find in the home, maybe. Yeah. So potentially like a piece of furniture or something like that. Maybe something along the lines of a rocking chair.
Make it order, Dave.
Thomas would guess from that reaction that he was probably correct.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Dr. Nevin told him that it was a rocking chair. Now, there were obviously a whole bunch of images
Transparent.
here that are all different. But like was done by by Percival Nevin's previous research, most people could guess things. And it was somewhere between 21 and 24% that people could guess things correct. So obviously, Dr. Nevin asked him to do it again. So Thomas found out the cards and told Dr. Nevin to take one whenever he wanted. Perfect. You need to have a look at the card, of course, and figure out what that is. And then keep the object in your mind. And then Thomas looked at Dr. Nevin again and asked him again a very similar kind of question. Is it alive? Is it dead? Is it an inanimate object? And he concluded that it was an inanimate object. But again, something that was made from an organic material. So it wasn't metal, yet again. It was probably wood. But there was a hesitation on Dr. Nevin's face, which means it probably wasn't wood, but something similar or something made from wood, maybe like paper. It was definitely paper, which would mean that Dr. Nevin had probably selected something along the lines of a book.
Really?
Of course, I tried to order that as well. I did.
Now, this was incredible. Dr. Nevin was absolutely amazed at Thomas's ability, and he tried over and over and over again, and the percentages of him getting it correct just kept rising and rising and rising, and it went from the normal 21 to 24% that most people would get all the way up to in the 90s. Would you like to try again?
Yeah.
Try a bit harder this time, Dave.
Try a bit harder to fool Thomas. So again, take a look and see what it is. Make sure you've got it in your mind.
Poker face.
And then Dr. Nevin would have a very strange look on his face. Dr. Nevin has got a strange look on his face, and Thomas would look very confused because the likelihood of Dr. Nevin picking the same item again is astronomical. Did Dr. Nevin again pick the rocking chair?
No.
He did.
Yeah.
How did you pick that twice to start with? Let alone him guessing it.
People have this weird look on their
Unbelievable.
face when they pick the same item twice in a row. It's very, very strange. Do you want to take another try?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, just from the reaction of Dr. Nevin this time, Thomas concluded it was probably something a little bit strange. Is that a living thing? It is a living thing. So it's something that's alive. But there's a hesitation there. So it's alive, but you're hesitating, which means it's probably alive, but potentially mythical. So just from one question, we can determine that that is probably the Yeti.
Yeah.
And it is.
I'll probably give that away at the beginning.